Hi, it's Kathy. I have a mess here in front of me on the table. Sorry. I'm just starting a new blanket. Well, finishing actually. It's going to be all these squares sewn together. Thought black and white was pretty cool. Anyways, that's that, and this is this. I do have some good news, some not so good news, some bad news, a whole bunch of different stuff for you today. So, let's see. I saw the new vascular doctor, and he finally gave me the diagnosis of lymphedema. So I went day before yesterday to get my legs remeasured for my new stockings, and I've lost 3.5 inches off of my legs in just 4 weeks of just wearing the stockings, the compression stockings. That's all I've been doing is just wearing the stockings. So that's pretty good. So anyways, we ordered my new stockings. Doctor wanted a tighter compression, so it'll be interesting to see how fast they go down with the new compression. They also ordered my boots, which are I'm not exactly sure how these boots are so freaking cool. I'm sorry. You have no idea how much I've suffered with this lymphedema. And to actually be able to get something that's going to help me get my legs back, I am just so excited. And plus I got to bling them out with, cool fabric and stuff. Anyways, they're going to be like pink and purple and shiny, and they're going to be really cool. Anyways, they look a lot like the boots that people, walking casts, I guess they call them, for people with broken feet or broken ankles, only they go up to my knees. And they're Velcro with straps, and you can make them tighter or looser or whatever you need to do with them. And you wear them at night. So it'll be a little uncomfortable. I'll, kind of walk to the bathroom like a zombie or something, but, if it's going to help get my legs back, I don't care what they look like. I don't care what I look like wearing them. I'll wear them to the freaking grocery store. I don't care. I just want my legs back. So, I am so excited. I can't wait for them to come in, but it'll be like freaking 2 weeks. So I'm just trying to be patient here. So that's my good news. My good news is I'm finally on the program that's going to help my lymphedema and, get me the help that I need, and it'll be free. Treatment for lymphedema is outrageously expensive. So, one set of compression stockings is $200 for one pair of stockings, and they may only last 2 months. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to spend $100 a month for compression stockings? That's outrageous. That will put you in the poorhouse faster than anything. But anyways, so I'm really excited about that. Then I went to have my angiogram, which was, I had to have the angiogram because they found, during the stress test, they found a block that I could have a blockage. There was definitely reduced blood flow to my heart muscle. So they wanted to do an angiogram to find out exactly where the blockage was and how bad the blockage was. And, it's alright, fine. They decided, due to my weight, that they should put the camera in through my wrist. Not a problem. It's fine with me. I don't know if you can see it now, but you can see the bruise right here. I don't have my ring on again. Well, my fingers are swollen, so I can't wear my wedding rings a lot, which is sad. But anyways, they put the needle here, and I got bruised all the way down to here, bruised all the way on the other side of my wrist. It's been a week and a day, so it's really starting to, the bruises are fading, but it was pretty bad. When I came out from the angiogram, they had this air compression band on my wrist to stop the bleeding. And they came by 2 or 3 times and let a little bit of air pressure off, and then they took the band off to put a pressure bandage on, and I started spewing blood everywhere. So then they had to put human pressure on it. So the nurses were taking turns holding pressure on my wrist for like 45 minutes before it would stop bleeding. That was a nightmare. That was blood everywhere. I mean, it was pretty bad. Anyways, they did find some minor narrowing of my arteries. So there's no blockage per se. He said medication should be able to take care of it. Not a problem. Pardon me. So I'm like, all right, great. Then they hooked me up to the EKG, after the procedure. And so I'm in the recovery room, and the nurse came over, and she's like, are you feeling okay? And I'm like, yeah, why? And she's like, well, because you're sure you're feeling okay? I'm like, yes, I'm fine. Well, come to find out, my heart was doing some pretty funky things on the monitor, and she's like, the rhythm was wrong. So she called a couple of people over, and they decided that I was in atrial fibrillation. Luke! Sorry, I have a cat scratching on something that he shouldn't be scratching on. Luke! Get down. Sorry. I'll give my water bottle in a minute. Anyways, so before I went in, my heart was fine. They put this camera through my heart, and I come out on the other side with atrial fibrillation, which means the top chambers of your hearts beat like this. Well, when you have atrial fibrillation, or AFib, your top chambers of your heart do this. And what happens is the blood just swirls around and around and around. Some of it goes into the bottom chambers like it's supposed to, and goes around. But most, a lot of it just swirls around, which means now there's a risk of blood clots, because what does blood do when it sits? It coagulates. So now I'm on blood thinners, and I'm on a medication to try to slow my heart rate down so it's not, quivering like this all the time. But it does anyways. So it's a mess. So I think this was last Thursday. Monday I had to go for blood work. So I go into the doctor's office for blood work, and the guy, who's normally really good at taking blood, and again, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this because of the light that I have to have on, but I don't know if you can see this huge bruise right here on my hand. He stuck the needle in, hit the vein, stuck the tube on to, get the blood sample, and apparently he pushed too hard and the needle went through my vein, and he started sucking air through my hand. I'm like, oh my God, he did that like 3 times. 3 different tubes. He sucked air. My husband was laughing. He's like, careful, you're going to deflate her. I'm like, oh, you're such a jerk. He is such a jerk. Anyways, so he looks at me and he goes, oh, that's going to bruise up. I'm like, gee, you think? Unbelievable. So he finally got a couple of tubes of blood. I'm like, Jiminy Crickets, this is really pathetic. At that point, I had a bruise here that was just to die for. My arm was killing me from, this. I think she said it was an 8-gauge needle. 8 gauge. That is freaking huge. It's like you could drive an 18-wheeler through this needle that was in my vein. So my entire wrist was bruised. Over here I had an IV here. I already had a big bruise here from a previous IV site. I had one here that was all bruised up. My underarm here was all bruised from the blood pressure cuff. So I was an absolute wreck. I mean, I was a wreck. I was bruised and battered, and I had holes in me, and I was just so depressed. I can't even begin to tell you. For one solid week, I was not allowed to wash a dish, clean a cat box. Now, okay, yeah, it sounds great, but I couldn't cook. I couldn't clean. For 2 days, I couldn't even wipe myself. Sorry, that's a little too much information, maybe. Something that I swore my husband would never do for me, and he had to do it for me for 2 days. Talk about freaking humiliating. Unbelievably humiliating. It's like, I'm only 50. Okay, I'm gonna be 51 in, 2 weeks? I was beside myself. Anyways, I had to pretend literally like my wrist was broken for a week. I couldn't crochet. I wasn't supposed to type anything. No repetitive movement. So I couldn't work on my blanket, which is going to be stunning. And see, I have it in stages. But I couldn't work on my blanket. I couldn't work on my dolls. I couldn't do anything. Nothing. I could do nothing except sit in front of the TV. You know, I wasn't even supposed to use the mouse to like play my games on the computer. So I was kind of in a bad mood for a week. And then finally, yesterday was the day, and I was like, I don't care. I took a Percocet in the morning, and I'm like, I am cleaning, I am crocheting, I am doing everything. I mean, God bless my husband. I love him with every fiber of my being. I love him so much, I can't even tell you. But when it comes to cleaning, he does his best. He really does. But he doesn't do it like I do. And even though I show him how I like it done, he doesn't do it like I want him to do it. So, the old saying is true, if you want something done right, you have to do it yourself. So, I kind of swallowed my pride for a week, and I let him do it his way. And then yesterday I spent the whole day in the kitchen, just cleaning the kitchen. It was a mess. The microwave was disastrous. But anyways, I digress. So, I got the angiogram done, and I go on Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday, I think it is. I go to a follow-up appointment with my cardiologist. I was in the hospital that day for 16 hours. 16 hours. Unbelievable. At one point, they were trying to get a cardiologist in there to see me because they didn't know if they wanted to keep me overnight or not. So at one point, the machine started bleeping and this alarm was going off, and all of a sudden the nurses were like running all over the place, and they were on the phone and they were talking amongst each other, and you know, they were looking at the monitor and they were printing out, you know, what my heart was doing, and they're walking around showing each other the printout, and I looked at my husband, I'm like, what the hell is going on? And he says, I think that you're at the beginning stages of a heart attack, and that's what they're freaking out about. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't have a heart attack. So I don't know what that was, but it sure caused a lot of commotion. Whew. Anyways, so here I sit. I can, every time I start to do something where your heart might race a little bit, because I'm on this beta blocker that makes my heart stay at a certain speed, my heart can't race, so it does that quivering thing, and I can feel it in my chest, and it's really annoying. But anyways, so that's that. I know it's been a while since I did a video blog, because quite frankly I haven't felt like it, you know. So I guess that's it for now. I've been yakking long enough. Let's see if you can hear my bird. Every time we hit the table, I have a little bird. I'll show you. Isn't he cute? My husband got him for me because I love listening to the birds. And every time he makes noise every time we move him or hit the table. Anyways, I think he's adorable. I love him. Anyways, alright, so I'm gonna let you go for now. I'm still alive. Everything is on track. I go on the 26th for my my appointment, the initial orientation for the gastric bypass. I'm kind of concerned that this atrial fibrillation is going to interfere with that. So I'm kind of hoping we get that straightened out quickly. They're talking about shocking my heart back into rhythm, and it is exactly what it sounds like. They sedate you, they knock you out, and they actually stop your heart. So they kill you to cure you. Nice. They stop your heart, and then they shock it to get it started again, and that sometimes will put it back into the proper sinus rhythm. If it doesn't, there's medication that they can try. Well, I'm already on one medication, and so far it's not working. So I don't know what they're going to do. I guess I'll find out when I see the cardiologist next week. And at this point, I almost think I want them to try shocking it, because, like I said, I don't want to be on blood thinners for the rest of my life. I don't want to have this AFib for the rest of my life. And I don't want either one of those two things interfering with my gastric bypass surgery. Because what the hell am I going to do if all of a sudden I'm high risk because of the AFib and the blood thinners, and they won't do the surgery? You know, then I'm pretty screwed. And that would suck. Because I finally got my mind wrapped around having the surgery. Because it's a big decision. It's not anything that you should take lightly. It's a complete lifestyle change for the rest of your life. There's no, this is not a diet. This is a complete change in everything that you do. Every facet of my life will change when I have this surgery. And that's a lot to think about. And I finally got my mind wrapped around that, okay, this is how it's going to be for the rest of my life. And then this crap happens, so I don't know. I'm just, I'm worried. I'm just worried. But anyways, I will definitely show you guys my boots when they come. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I can't wait. I really can't wait. And my new stockings are going to be... Because the stockings that I have right now are great, but they're starting to slide down because I've lost 3 inches, circumference on my legs, which is a lot. And, so the stockings aren't really doing any more, good, so they fall down a lot. I can't take them off because then my legs will, get big again, so... But I'm just so excited. My new stockings and my new boots, and pretty soon I'll be able to wear my heels again. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Alright, I'll let you go, because now I'm just rambling on and on just to hear myself talk, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, goes my bird again. Anyways, have a great one. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching for the first time, hit the subscribe button. And I'm going to start a blog that I'll, type up too. That'll kind of go along with the video, or maybe in between videos, I'll type up a short blog, and I will have that down below in the information box for you to click. I'll have a link down there when I do have it. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.